what is happening with the radio and some of the results, Emeka. Maybe I'm sure that will be edifying to everybody to know your broadcast and where it's going, and you know, you're all more in touch with the results and the inspiration to make that available to so many people who would not be able to view a video of the meetings, but yet be involved and participate through your efforts. God inspire you to bring forth the radio at this time.
Yeah, God bless you, everyone. I'm being heard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great, wonderful. So the radio has been, I think, as most people would know, of great impact to us here locally, and by extension, the believers that we all have been seeing through the strategic alliance, the cyber fellowship especially. It's been a great challenge, if I could be quite honest with you, in the sense of the magnitude of work that's happening behind the scenes. I think the best way for me to perhaps maybe rationalize it, so you might be able to understand, is to say that it is nothing short of supernatural, in my honest opinion, because the type of inspiration that the Lord is really giving, and the way in which solutions to different problems are coming, is really not something, from my experience, of human origin. I've also noticed that a lot of believers from just different parts, be it the Philippines, Indonesia, wherever, and these people come from, it's different time zones. They would reach out actually and comment on the radio. Most of it would come in personally to me, directly, and sometimes it would be that they might have a technical problem. So whereas the radio would have started off, as I say, locally, and the responsibility perhaps in the initial thought was, okay, local, it's 24/7, and people from different parts is something that they rely on. Just recently would have helped with an issue that they had with the radio again in the Philippines, where the quality was a bit too high for some persons there, and we needed to reduce the bit rate a bit so that they could actually access it better. So some of these things that we have going on, I myself, at least in my natural mind, find it very, I wouldn't call it, say, challenging to keep up with, but just as time goes by, just gradually learning and to just continue to rely on the Lord, because it's really not something of me. I believe it's just something that was born out of necessity, and the Lord really did it, and I believe He'll continue to do it. Okay, I look forward to see what else would come forth from the radio in particular, where it would go, what it could evolve into for God's people, especially in relation to the cyber fellowship meetings that we're having, where it's also being applied to the with the translators, so that persons could listen in the different languages and so forth. So so far we have seen, in terms of numbers, basically in the hundreds in terms of these different languages. Some of the most popular languages for us tend to be things like languages like Telugu and Hindi, Russian and so forth, a lot of persons tuning on from these different countries. I have a list actually. We look at the analytics from time to time, and we see in excess of 50 countries all around the world tuning in at different times. As I say, because it's different time zones, so people from some countries I've never heard of, so these are people we don't know, as I say, like by name or whoever they may be, but this is what it is. So, and they keep coming back, so we know that it must be that they are being blessed. And I'm very happy also to see that the services are being replayed on the radio as well, because I know it would also get to those who perhaps could not have tuned in at that particular time. Just as maybe a slight side note to see, this is also a publication meeting, and this was perhaps for me the first ministry I ever really got seriously involved in. I was very, very glad to be here, actually, and I just wanted to also not necessarily extend apologies so much, but maybe give an idea for my absence as well from the transcription. Right now, they have you saying that your plate is full. Well, I think I need a bowl at this time. A plate isn't sufficient for me, so I say it that way because it's not that you could easily say, well, it's just a lot, it's too much, and these things. But when you recognize that it needs to be done, it's just a matter of trust in God, and it will get done, because it's not something that you need to do. He would do it, because I personally, I didn't go out looking for a radio. I never had that in my mind at all. Just we had the men's meeting coming down in the end there, and I can remember the day literally sitting in the front row, and something God's servant saying, as of usual, it just happened to me like that. And I have my book and I write in, and the words just come, podcasts, podcasts. I just write down that, and this is where it kind of started from there on. So just really thank God for this, and I really look forward to seeing a lot more young people, especially, rising to the challenge. I sincerely believe that more now than ever, it's really your time, because I think, you were really born for this. You come with that equipment. These are things that God's servant really preached down through the years. And I believe that he really preached to a special crop of people, in particular the young people. And I just pray that that we all could really trust upon these words, because again, I had to be honest. Sometimes I look around in my own personal life, that is, and I could tell you the different types of perhaps professional jobs or vocations I would have been involved in. And you would wonder, how could you be doing that on a day-to-day basis? But here you are, involved in software and these different things in the church framework. It just doesn't make sense. How could you be working in a forested area in your day-to-day job, but here you are in this high-tech sort of realm? Why I say that is because I really don't see my any rational reason for that. And I just wanted to say that when I really wait up, for me personally, the only reason why I could be here is because of this work and this ministry. Because if you ask me from a natural standpoint, if I see a place in any other economy, sincerely, I don't. Sometimes I feel like I'm born in the wrong country. So it's something I kind of muse about in my own personal and spare time with my close friends. So um, I say that because again, I'm looking at everybody here in this Zoom call, like this beautiful mosaic, everybody in in their homes and whatnot. And I feel like it's the same for all of us, and I just believe that we just need to trust on the things that we have heard down through the years. I think in terms of years, perhaps I might have sat in less than everybody here, but in no short order have I felt cheated in any way, in the sense of having heard less word or anything of that nature. I believe that I would have come at a specific time and the portion that I needed to hear in order to do what I needed to do, it was heard, and I just trust and I just pray that, that we all really come to that, not just the understanding, but just that faith and belief, in who God say we are. Because if you look left and you look right, really and truly, there's nobody else, doing these things. So just believe in who God say you are. These things have been prophesied down through the years. We all are human. You have your personal life. You have many things happening, and that's just the way it is. But when it comes to eternal life, it's a completely different order. And I believe that takes precedence over all things. So in that, I just want to close by saying, don't be troubled by anything. I believe we could just draw strength from each other and this great work that, the Holy Spirit has initiated more than 40 years ago and has brought us all now to this climax time. So just continue to trust the Lord. I remember me, and I certainly remember you. I often think about the transcribing department a lot. I'm so sorry I don't actually communicate as much as I would like to. But as I say, there's a lot's going on. And as we look towards the future, however short it may be, we really look forward with great anticipation for the seeing of the finishing of this work, because the finish line is definitely in sight. And I just actually talking here is just make me very happy, to just want to encourage you all to continue pressing on. I know what it is. I always wondered why I got involved in transcription, but I know what it is to do what you do. It's very challenging. And you all have the best tools now. As Brother Bush took back to 1960s and what they had to do to send mail and these different things. The typewriter, now it's completely different. You have 72 people here, and all 72 persons could actually work on the same book at the exact same time. That is the kind of tools that you have. But as Brother Vin was emphasizing a lot too, especially concerning administration, I think that's very, very, very important. And I think that emphasis, should, as you are saying, should be placed there, especially because you could have the best technological tools and advancement. And you can trust me when I say this, you could have the absolute best. But if it isn't administered correctly, then it will be ineffective. That's guaranteed. So not being able to actually follow the procedures or protocols that have been laid down by administration, if everybody isn't actually following these things, then you would have not only contrary thoughts, but the whole operation would be in chaos. I mean, a lot of us work at a lot of us actually work at different companies and so on. And this is typically how it is, So it's really common. It's really common. So I look forward actually to seeing the different systems that would be laid down. And I'm very grateful for this time we had here with God's servant and the things we discussed, because I feel like we can now all come under one umbrella of operation, whereby we don't have different, sections, or so to speak, but understand that the work is really, it's one work, and we being one body, we do it together. So the work starting from the English, when it's transcribed there, and then it goes to the different languages, these different things, it's all one. So I just look forward to seeing the different systems that we would have in place, for oversight and such, especially for accountability, because aside from the speed, the emphasis also has to be on accuracy, as God's servant is saying. So the more eyes you could actually have on an operation, is the better you could achieve that higher level of accuracy, and also scalability too, because right now we have 72 people here, but if you have the right system, it's very easy to take workers from different parts of the world and inject them in this exact same system. It's just one right model you need, and it's very easy. You could have someone from India easily plug into that one system, and you would find they start to produce books in Hindi easy, because you master a model. So I mean, I really talk this way about it because it's something I've been thinking about for more than a year. So, I really look forward to seeing how best we could achieve these things. So I think, wow, okay, sorry, I think I take a bit too long. So just wanted to say God bless you, and thanks so much for this opportunity. I think I get a little too excited when I see so much of you all. So God bless you.